Hey guys, Novus here, welcome back to From the Depths. So, been working more on the Battleship. It's basically done at this stage. Yeah, so, put these two big sort of shield panels, I guess, on the sides here. Maybe a little bit of propulsion on the back, just as backup propulsion. Quiet dog. Alright, yeah, so, basically back here we've got main propulsion. There's 4 of them, they're all boxed up, and are basically inside the ship. I haven't actually painted inside here yet. But yeah, so this leads into the back. Now, you can't access those rooms in any way, because they gotta stay sealed. But here we got a little window, you can kind of see in and see what's in here. It's just basically a bunch of RTGs. If they were to get destroyed, you'd know, because window. So yeah, got stairs you can run up under there. There's not really any purpose for it yet. We've got some shields. We've got our lasers all bouncing around. We'll see them better in a minute though. But you can get around the entire ship, and there's doorways to get around and all the rest of it. Everything's, yeah, all set up so that each compartment is sealed separately. So if a torpedo was to get in and actually manage to bust through, 2 layers of steel down here and an extra air gap down here now. We've also got some torpedoes and stuff, show them off in a minute. Yeah, we should still be fine. At most, it'll sort of, like if it manages to bust through before, it'll just flood one room, and yeah, the rest of the ship should be able to make up for it. Even the turret rooms sealed up and so forth. We've got, oh no, that's the main one, sorry. Get out of there. So we've got our hallways and stuff, and yeah, down here we've got extra rooms full of miscellaneous resources. Here are the AA turrets up here. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. But yeah, it's also filled with air. All 4 of those. At the end of the hallway here we have our elevator. So it happens to press Q. You'll see on the top left we have control, computer control, sorry, complex control now. If you hit up, now they're going back to doing that, great. Yeah, so basically you can get up and down between the different floors with the elevator. It's just a quick way to get up and down. At the top here it's a bit dark, thinking I may have to actually paint these walls white or something for this one. But if you go into... wait, what? Now I'm confused. No, this is... okay, no, this is the room, sorry. Yeah, if you go into this room, you've got another chair and stuff, so you can also control it from upstairs, or you can control it from downstairs. Just so we can get around the ship real quick. Oh. Do that. So I'm going to try and drown the background noise out, by the way. Fortunately, I've got a neighbor who's been playing with the whippersnapper for days now. I don't know if they're struggling to figure out how to do it or what, but it's just been going on non-stop. So yeah, this room's also sealed. Lasers bouncing off in different directions. Got all our ACBs and so forth. We've got a little box, we've got all of it. Over here we've got our ammo storage. And this shell up there, I believe we've got another one. Down here we've got an electric generator, so what we've got is backup power type situation going on. These have an engine at the top and the bottom, so if the batteries at the bottom, for instance, were to get destroyed, like the bottommost battery got destroyed, the engine at the top there would kick in and start running the rest of the batteries, and vice versa. So it's hard to knock out these batteries unless you get them, like you get all the batteries at once basically. And on top of that, was it that doorway? Yeah, that is one. You go over to this side. Here we've got our AI. This is our backup ones. This is for the AA guns, essentially. This is our primary AI. Actually needs cutting down a bit because it's got access to too much power. I was using a couple sonar things. It's fine. Same dealio with the electric engines over here. So you'd have to also take them out on both sides of the ship to actually cripple its power. Then, there we go. And should also change that back. Okay, so in here we've of course got our AA guns, 4 sets of AA guns in the 4 rooms of miscellaneous resources here. All sealed up, so that's all the same. Up towards the front here, got another little area you can run into, and then you can go around this corner in here. And yeah, this is the other room we've got. We've got a whole bunch more ammo production over here. I wanted to put a couple of ammo boxes in here somewhere as well, just a couple. And it's meant to be so that our ammo can't be completely cut off if they just hit one area of the ship. So splitting up our ammo a little bit. Here we have tons of sonar buoys, and yeah, there's a lot, but there's good reason for that. I'll show that in a minute. Laser's been cut down a bit more. Got a couple of extra RTGs here as well. And yeah, so that's the ship for now. That is gonna need mirroring. One moment, let me grab that. I don't even know why I put it there, to be honest. Okay, but seeing as I have so much space up there, that's where it can go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's the internals and so forth. That's the inside of the ship. And now we'll go over the rest. So what we've got up the top here, so we've got all our detection and so forth. It's all built into the top, all sealed away and so forth. There's actually glass, but it's painted, so you can't currently see it. We've got detection and lasers at the front there, but what I'll do is do this. So these side panels here you can see actually have rams interspersed in them. The reason for this is if anything does ram into those panels, those rams should be enough to stop it. Now it's pretty much just randomly put in there. I probably should neaten up a bit and make it a bit more even, but yeah, they're just kind of crammed in there just to make sure if anything does slam into the side of them in a head-on ram, they're basically going to hit back with the rams and try and stop it before it can actually completely crush the shield and start hitting into the side of the ship itself. So little balancing thrusters and so forth, just to keep it from tipping side to side, front to back and so forth. Yeah, lasers, detection. You can kind of see the detection a bit more now, and you can see which ones were glass panels because they stick around for some reason. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of detection that's sort of hidden in behind glass. The ones that can be, the ones that can't be are sort of, yeah, kind of free to look around. Lasers, oh sorry, shields are all on the sides. You can't currently really see them, but yeah, they'll show up once they get hit. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Down here we've got an air gap. Got a bunch of surge protectors here, just sort of help protect underneath. And here we have some torpedoes. So the idea behind this is they don't actually have to be hooked up to the mainframe. I did have a couple hooked up at one point, but stuff it. And the idea is these will actually try to lock onto the enemy ship and try and like basically head towards the enemy, which should put them on an intercept path with the enemy torpedoes, but not have them actually hit them and destroy themselves. So they should catch the attention of the enemy, but they're front and back. So what should happen, hopefully, one of two things. One, we're sort of heading towards the enemy, we've got incoming torpedoes, these get launched out the front, and we'll sort of try and intercept the enemy torpedoes and sail past them, and hopefully cause a bunch of them to turn off to other sides. At the same time, the ones in the back will usually sort of split off to the sides to some degree. All we've got to do is turn a bit, and they should just sail straight past us and continue on to the torpedoes behind us should the extras make it through. Or if we're directly side on, so we're actually broadsiding, then at that stage is when the torpedoes will come out either side, and what should happen is the enemy torpedoes should just split off to the right and the left and just leave us alone basically. And so far it's worked well. Probably could use a bit more work. I was mucking around with different ways of doing it before, but it's kind of ended up settling with it. And yeah, so that should be pretty much everything new for now covered. It took a lot of work to get it to this point where it was properly balanced and so forth, but yeah, it's done. It's a good part. Well, mostly. Still need to work with the guns a little more. Kind of wanted to do more with the painting over it as well, but yeah, might use a little bit of the extra time we still got left over to maybe get into some fights. So I mean, they've got a I think I've tried this one yet. Let's see what this is like. So yeah, there's our new guns going to town. They should start hitting better as it gets closer. You should start doing some fairly serious damage to it. And then if we can get it to go past and to the other side, what will happen is our guns on the other side will start absolutely slamming it. It's going to try and ram us, I think. Pretty sure that's what's going down, but if we can just get it into the right position, those guns on the right should be starting to shoot. I don't think they are. Oh yeah, they are. Not necessarily shooting in the best place, but they're shooting. That's very degraded though. It doesn't like the fact that it's ramming, that's why I don't... It's one of the other reasons I'm not a big fan of vehicles that are just built to ram. Especially when you're testing in creative, because it'll just plonk them down next to you. But yeah, we'll get rid of it just because it's going to lag the game right up. But yeah, you can see the rams did their job. They kind of just stopped it there. It wasn't really going to go any further. If those guns had actually locked onto the front like they should have, they could have just peeled all of that off. And yeah, would have been right. But it's no big deal. We could totally win a fight like that. It's just I'd basically have to walk away from the computer for a bit and come back when it's done, because it just lags out way too much. Alright, so let's repair that back up. Okay, now let's try something. Let's just try a Senator. I mean, it'll try and ram too, but it hopefully shouldn't make it. It's not as ridiculously made, and it kind of gets knocked away a bit by the guns, and the guns on the other side will start on it. Ethan is silly enough to stick around there or go down. Let's try something that's not going to kill itself immediately. So let's grab out just like a bunch of spikes, a couple of harpoons. Try not to go two hands so they don't hit each other at the beginning. Stop that AI. AI took over. It's insane, isn't it? So yeah, the guns can still aim a little bit too low. As you can see, they do have a tendency to occasionally hit the shields on the sides. can better see the guns doing their thing. Yeah, not firing anymore though, so grab out a couple more. If we, yeah, so you can better see the guns doing their thing. Slow it down a bit. But now they painted up the way they are. So you can see these ones aren't anywhere near as ridiculous as the other ones were before. You can kind of see our shields kicking in now, here and there. But yeah, nowhere near as ridiculous as the previous ones. So the ones that I was using with the towers, they're still totally a thing. I'm looking at mucking around with those more. But yeah, just for the moment, pretty much using these for the Battleship as they seem to get the job done. I think they're unfortunately reloading at this stage. Look at the gun, yeah. These ones loaded? I hope so. No. Okay, so nothing's loaded anymore. Alright. In that case, destroy enemy vehicles, bring it back up to normal speed, and yeah. So this is pretty much the finished version of the Battleship. I mean, it'll take on quite a few flyers in a single fleet fairly easily with those AA guns, and anything that's larger they should be able to deal with the big cannons. These big cannons are still fine. They do not have an issue with firing. They should be firing pretty much around the clock. Now, at the same time, let me lock my camera back on. Yeah, at the same time, I also still did want to maybe have a look at customizing these a bit more, and I was thinking about converting them over to 4 500mm guns. And yeah, maybe setting up some pretty ridiculous cannons. It'd be entertaining to see, to be honest, at the very least. But yeah, so I don't know, if I have a go at that, I'll probably I'll probably put the whole building process up as a video. On top of that, I still need to go and cut these guns down, I haven't forgotten, and basically do a video on sort of exactly how they were designed. But they're fairly straightforward. Yeah. All that's happening is we're curving the, like right at the bottom here. From what I remember, it just splits off to the left and right. Yeah. So it can then split up and down. So we've put 2 more running straight up of the cooling vents, and then we've also sort of zigzagged it off kind of dealio so that it can reach to all 4 corners and reach up to the top again. So we've got quite a lot of cooling vents on these guns. That's why we're able to fire fairly quickly in a very compact space. But it's also why they don't hold that much ammo. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and, yeah. Have a good one, guys.